Hello, everyone. I just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about the astrology. I haven't been doing a lot of astrology reports on the podcast, but it's something that I've been thinking about bringing to the podcast, and I really just can't miss this opportunity because so much is going on. So we're just going to pop into the chart. And if you're listening, I'm going to do my best to explain what we're looking at. If you want, you can go to my YouTube channel and look at the share that I'm doing. So I just want to talk about right here. Today, I'm recording this June 4th. Today we have Sun, Cazimi, Venus. What does that mean? It means that Venus is at the exact degree in minute as the sun. So when any planet moves over the sun or to that exact degree as the sun, it's kind of like a burning up. It can feel like really a shedding, a clearing, and the ability to use the sun's rays to really highlight what we want to highlight. So we have Sun, Venus, Cazimi, and Venus is all about receptivity, beauty, joy, all of those kind of feminine qualities. And so we have the feminine really highlighted. We've got a whole lot of Gemini. I have so much Gemini in my chart, so very aware of Gemini. So the Sun and Venus, they're in Gemini, but they're in the 16 if we look at gene keys or gates in human design. The 16 is all about skills, right? It's all about the ability to master something, the ability to learn new things, right? The ability to show up and be enthusiastic. So when we have Sun and Venus in the skills, the enthusiasm, and then we have Mercury conjoined Jupiter. Mercury, mind, thoughts, feeling, or what do we think, right? Communicate. How do we communicate? Jupiter, expansion. Jupiter can give us like hope, expansive thoughts. Like, it can bring this kind of new life to things. And so we can have these new thoughts, these new breakthroughs when we've got Jupiter conjoined Mercury. We also have it all in Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign, and it doesn't hold anything too tight, right? Gemini can literally hold two things true at one time. So we've got this Gemini energy. What can we let go of, right? How can we move forward? It's just such an amazing time to let go and move forward and make changes that you've been wanting to make, right? When we look at the chart, whether you're looking at it or not, we have Saturn. It's in a lot of this Gemini energy. We've got it squaring the Sun and Venus and a nice little quintile to Mercury and Jupiter. The Saturn right now is in Pisces. Saturn is structure. Saturn is like, how do we build structures around things? When we think of Saturn, I always think of like a Capricorn, and they're going to climb that mountain and they're going to structure their way, and they like structure. They like rules to a point, right? Well, Saturn is in Pisces right now. Pisces is not very structured. Pisces is the dreamer. Pisces is water, right? Pisces, what does water do? Does it stay in a container? Not unless we build one for it. Water goes everywhere, right? Into every crack. There is no borders with water. Saturn is in the 22 gate of human design, the 22nd gene key. That's all about our feelings, right? It's in that solar plexus, it's feelings. But the 22 a lot of times kind of suppresses their feelings. They don't honor their feelings. They kind of suppress them and let them get pushed down. Sometimes they break through, there's not, they can't help it, but most of the time they're not really supporting their own truth, right? The 18 is trying, or the 22 is trying to teach us that it's okay to share our emotions. It's okay to be upset. But can we do that like graciously? Can we do that with like kind of kindness? Like, yes, I can tell you how I truly feel and honor myself, but I can do it with grace and honor the other person as well. And so we're having this conversation in the planets right now. How they affect your chart is something you either need to look at yourself, or you can always book a reading with me. But we're having this conversation, and in 2 days, June 2nd, which be Thursday, we have this new moon, and we haven't even talked about Pluto's role here. We have this new moon, and the new moon is in Gemini. It's conjunct Venus, right? Bringing us kind of some grace and beauty, right? It's bringing in that Pisces, that Saturn, that square to Saturn. So how do we enthusiastically, gracefully have new ideas, have new ways of being, step forward into a new reality for ourselves? How do we represent who we truly are? And how do we do it in a way that we don't let other people dictate that? We have some help from Pluto. Pluto being the dwarf planet that when I was growing up, it was a planet. And now it's downgraded. But it's actually really powerful, as far away as it is. As much as it doesn't seem to be that big a deal, Pluto is so powerful in the astrology world. And Pluto is trining Jupiter. It's in this conversation. It's sending us energy to go deep, to get obsessed with what we want to do, what we want to be. It's giving us this extra oomph of energy. It's in the gate 60, which is kind of an on-off, right? It's an on-off. It's like, what have we been incubating? What have we been waiting to kind of come out and show the world, right? And this will go on and off. You might get really excited and then go back in, and get really excited and go back in. While Pluto's in this gate 60, it's just, that's how it works, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So I want everybody to take some time this week. It doesn't have to be on the 6th, but if it's within like the 6th, 7th, or 8th, sometime this weekend, write some goals out, write some strong intentions for your life to use this energy, this Gemini energy, in a way that could be really powerful. So let's just talk about how a new moon works, right? A new moon, it goes through all of the different areas of each sign represents a house. And each sign is in a different house in each chart, right? So the way we're just going to break this down without going too deep is I'm just going to tell you based on your rising sign. So if you don't know your rising sign, go to astro.com or astroseek.com, astrology.com. There's so many free birth charts out there. Put your birth information in and look and see where it either says Ascendant, which is sometimes the AC or ASC, or sometimes it says rising sign. Whatever that is, that represents what's driving you in this life, right? That represents the first house, your driver. And so that kind of calculates what area this is going to be in your chart. So I'm just going to give a quick definition of what area this is going to be so powerful for you, this new moon on the 6th, right? And new moon, I always think of it as like everything's kind of wearing down right now. It's kind of like a garden where we're pulling everything out and we're starting from scratch. We got bare, just like a just dirt, right? There's nothing there, right? We toiled and tilled, or we've gotten rid of all the weeds. There's nothing there. And now we have this chance to plant. And we're planting specifically in one house, in one area of the life. And in 6 months, if we take these steps, if we set these intentions, if we move towards this goal, we get to see the fruit of our labor. So if you're an Aries rising, so we're looking for Aries ascendant, Aries rising, this is going to be in your 3rd house. So we're planting seeds, this Gemini planting of, is there something, some creativity, something that wants to come out of me? Is there some writing project or learning something new locally, right? Like maybe something creative, going to a class, meeting new people locally. Is there, do I need a new hangout, a new coffee shop, a new, maybe just a small group? Do I need to go to a yoga class and meet people? 3rd house is all about our little community, our area. It can be siblings too. Maybe you want to spend more time with your siblings, or want to repair a relationship, or want to show up differently in that relationship. It could be like a short trip, right? Is there something that you want to see in the local area? It's kind of a fun little intention around something creative, writing, maybe start journaling. That would be such a great Gemini in the 3rd house. Setting that intention. Taurus. So if you're a Taurus rising, that's in the 2nd house. This is really around planting seeds for finances, right? Boy, if you're a Taurus rising, you've got Jupiter and Mercury and Venus and the sun, and now the moon on the 6th with Pluto trining. Wow. Like, let's make some money goals, right? 3rd house is all about what do I have? What materially do I have? So set some goals around. Is there something you want to bring in that you don't have? Do you want to make more money, right? Like this can be finances. If you're a Gemini rising, this is another really exciting one, right? You've got Sun, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter. Jupiter's in Gemini for a year. So if you're Gemini rising, wow, you've got a year to really shine, right? But what goals do you have around yourself? What do you want to use with this year of shining, this year of being more magnetic, of being a little bit more, just having this energy, this expansive energy in your 1st house that's driving you, right? So what do you want to create with that? What do you want to do with this year, this 6 months, this month, right? With all this Gemini energy in there. Well, like, what do you want to do? You could literally reinvent yourself right now. You have so much positive energy towards that. Cancer rising, you're ending things, right? And we have a new moon in the 12th house. It's all about kind of clearing things out, letting go, tying up old bows, right? So it's more about relaxing, letting go, thinking back, seeing, where the progress of the year has been. It's not really time to set huge goals. Leo rising. Leo rising, this is in your 11th house of the future, of groups. This is where it's landing for me. So I'm setting new goals to find new groups and be on more podcasts and share what I want to share more, right? But this could be future aspirations. This could be friendships. Maybe you want to build more friendships. the 11th house is all about future forward. What are we aspiring for? What kind of groups do we want to be a part of? What do we want to share? What is our message? Virgo rising. This is in the 10th house. The 10th house is your career. This is a really powerful time for you to set new career goals, to really expand your career, right? We have Jupiter there for the next year. We have Pluto making that really nice trine to your career. Like, this is a really powerful time for you. So yeah, make some intentions around career. Where do you want to be? Libra, ninth house. Ninth house is the opposite of the third house, right? So third house was like my local area, small trips. Ninth house is like big picture. Do I want to travel? Do I want to meet people from other countries? Do I want to go to other countries? Do I want to take on a new master's program? Do I want to learn a new language? Do I want to expand my beliefs, my belief systems? Scorpio, eighth house. This is a good time to think about how you connect with people, intimacy, right? Like psychologically, what's going on with the people in your lives, what's going on with yourself. It's always a good time to, it's in Gemini, maybe some talk therapy, maybe some real understanding of how you interact with the world. Eighth house can be kind of fun too, because it can also be some investments, right? Investing in something. Seventh house is going to be the Sagittarius. So Sagittarius rising. What do you want in partnerships? Do you want to set some goals, seed some new, maybe you want to communicate with your partner better. Maybe you want your relationship to change with your partner. Maybe you don't have a partner and you're really getting clear on who you want to bring in. Maybe you've got a partner and everything's good and you want new friendships, right? One-on-one relationships, or you want a business partner, right? So this is a really good, like, how do I interact one-on-one with people? Let's set some goals and intentions around that. And then we have Capricorn. This is sixth house. Sixth house can be, maybe we want to start some new health routines, right? Maybe we want to create new routines in our job. Maybe this could be another, journaling or creating new ways of daily life, right? Aquarius. This is fifth house. Aquarius rising. What brings you joy? What are you doing for fun? Gemini in the fifth house. Playful. Set some goals around playing more, about having new things to do just because. This is very like sacral excitement, right? Like just because. Not sixth house is like, it's getting me somewhere. It's getting me somewhere in my job or my health. Fifth house is, it's just joy. It's pure joy. Maybe I'm painting, maybe I'm drawing, maybe I'm writing, maybe I'm anything creative, right? Singing, I'm reading this book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Maybe you want to try that out, right? And find your inner artist. Pisces is the fourth house. So we're setting intentions around. So Pisces rising, we're setting intentions around your home, right? Do I want to move? Do I want to do some home renovations? Do I want to, this can even be lineage, right? Do I all of a sudden want to like figure out where my family came from and things like that? Or my depth of my soul, like where am I going? Where am I putting down really deep roots so that I can grow? So that is the new moon, and that's happening on the 6th. And I'm really hoping that you take a moment to set some intentions, to think about the energies that we have, because I've just been thinking a lot about, I see so many charts, and I have all of these clients that I'm working with, and you see so clearly in astrology that there are things that are meant, I always heard that if God whispers and you don't listen, and then he knocks and then you don't listen, then, whew, something's coming. And we have these moments in astrology that are set up, right? That are set up to like shake us up, give us a challenge, wake us up, right? And some of the challenges are really, really hard. But it's like, what do you do with that challenge? How do you react? That's the only thing we can do sometimes is how do I react to this challenge? And if we're doing the work and we're setting the intentions, we can start to make our way towards being proactive and maybe not having to get the knock. We can hear the whisper, right? And we really have to participate in life. We really have to, because we have so much help available to us. Whatever your belief system is, whether it's God, source, angels, like it can be as big or small. But truly, the power of the mind has been proven over and over again. Look at the placebo effect. It's more effective than most drugs, right? What we believe is what we perceive is what we get, right? We we know this if we look. If we look at it, we know this, right? This has been proven time and time again. Like you could shift your perception in a moment, because how we feel inside is how we see the world and how we see opportunity. The fun thing is, like, we're all wired so beautifully, right? We have this perfect wiring. We have this perfect kind of like unfolding here for us. The thing is we're so easily programmed. We all are. I'm in that. I love my kids are so busy and they're in sports. And then I go to these activities and I run and I'm doing for them, and I'm with parents that are doing the same and they're in the rat race. And every Monday I have to like reset. I have to reset my whole aura and energy because I've just been around, my needy kids that just need this and need that. And I'm feeding them and I'm doing this. And I've completely lost all sight of where I'm going, what I'm doing. And so I have to reset every Monday. I reset, I set my intentions, because it's important to me that my kids get to do the activities that they want to do. And it's something they love, right? But it can be hard to reset. But I know I have to. I can't imagine if I was just going in that energy all day long, every day. Of course I would wake up and be like, oh no, where'd my life go? Right? Like, where'd my life go? I just did and did and did and did and did and forgot to think, like, is this what I want to be doing? I've just been thinking a lot about charts as well. So today, my husband and I were, we've got all these activities and all this, this money going out, and we're like, expenses are going crazy. And I keep teasing him, like, maybe we should do the Dave Ramsey. But it sounds so terrible to me, terrible. And so today I was kind of thinking, like, okay, what's going to work for us, right? And so I had to pull Dave Ramsey's chart. And it's so funny. Like, we have to be ourselves, right? Dave Ramsey is a quad split in human design. Dr. Phil is also a quad split. This means they've got almost every single center filled in. None of them talk to each other, but they are so certain. Their thought process, their feelings, their guidance, they're so certain. They're so certain. And when we look at Dave Ramsey's chart, he came here to do money, right? He has just he's got Sun and Mercury and North Node and Pluto in Virgo. I'm pretty sure in the second house, I don't have his exact time, in money, right? Came here to do money. I came here to be obsessed with it. I came here to give it structure. He's got Sun trining Saturn. He's good at structure. He's good at making a plan. He's doing his purpose. I don't have to be Dave Ramsey with my money. That's not who I am. But we get so programmed. We get so programmed to be like, oh, well, you know, and he's so certain on his podcast and on his thing. And not that we can't say, okay, I need to change. This person is really good at being Saturn with money, putting structure in money, right? But we don't have to be that. We don't have to beat ourselves up if we're not obsessed with putting every dollar in an envelope. And that's a very Virgo money, you know, like that's who he came here to be. That's right for him. It's maybe not right for you, right? And so we need to get clear on what's right for us. And when we don't have a Dave Ramsey chart that's so obsessive and has those all those centers filled in, and he's not that empathetic. He's not really feeling the people around him. He's not going back and forth in his mind between what's right for him or not. He is certain. He came here to be certain, and that's good. That helps people, but they shouldn't try to be that. So the only way we can move forward in our own design, unless you're quad, you know, split like Dave Ramsey and you came here to teach people on this larger scale. The only thing we can do is try to get in our own space once in a while. Get in your own space, get away from people. Ask yourself, what do I want? What truly makes me happy? How do I want to interact with money or career or relationship, right? I mean, you could do an astrology reading. We could talk about it because I can see it in your chart. That's what I love about astrology. Is I can see what the soul wants to do, right? But you still have to feel it. You still have to connect to it. And you have to set that intention. And sometimes the only thing we can do is say, hey, I need some help. I'm not sure what direction I'm going. Throw it out there to the universe, God, angel, whatever you have going for you, right? Like I'm actually a pretty logical person, but I'll call in the angels. Why not, right? Call in your help. Say, hey, help me, open my eyes, show me clearly what my next step is. Show me clearly. Have the right people, places, things, and events come forward and help me. And get in your own space and feel it. What do I really want? Is it a yes or a no? I mean, I don't know your human design, everyone listening. But if you're a sacral, yes or no. If you're emotional, maybe yes or no in the moment, but let's give it some time. So I just want people to take some time. We've got all this Gemini energy. Journal, write. Write. The Artist Way talks about 3 morning pages every day. So you write 3 pages on anything. Doesn't matter. It can be stream of consciousness. It can be anything, but you're getting up every day and first thing you're writing 3 pages, and it kind of gets out the gunk and you can see what's going on with you, right? So we're clearing the gunk. But just set some new intentions. Do change things up. We have so much Gemini energy and it's enthusiastic. It wants to learn new things. It wants to let go of old patterns. It wants to create this new life, right? So I hope that everybody enjoyed this. If you like the astrology, let me know and I'll try to do more. But I just wanted to get this out because it's such a big time, such an important time.